are you doing today, Noah?
Good. I mean, it's Friday, so I can't complain too much. I mean,
Yeah, that is. Hey, quick question.
Yep.
Are you a photographer?
I take pictures of my minis.
Okay, so I checked. I promise you, I'm not stalking people, but I gotta do like my little research. So I put Noah Westergaard, and a page pulled up, and it's a photography from this I don't know. I don't think it's you because I'm like this. I don't think that is you.
Yep.
But this person is from Black Hills State University, but it has the same first name and the same last name exactly.
Yep.
But that's not you, right?
No, that's not me. I've done the same thing because it was like, oh, I wonder how many other Noah Westergaards are there. And I was like, and he popped up, and I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's strange. So is there like another Noah in South Dakota? I'm like, with the same last name?
Yep.
So that was trippy because I was like, what? He says he's the editor. But I'm like, but he works at the
County.
Yeah. Super, super strange
Yep.
stuff. But hey, did you hear about the med school?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So man, that's a
Yeah.
that's a wild thing because I work at the med school. I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah. So, I got other stuff going on, and then I hear this news about the med school moving to Sioux Falls, and I'm like,
Why?
yeah, dude, it was not. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen. Same thing. My
Right.
position's mine's more administration.
Okay.
I know the labs, they have to move. So I'm just seeing what's happening. But man, I think I have to say this. I don't know why, but I guess I don't represent USD. I'm just, these are my thoughts. For some reason, I have to say that. I think I have other people, they said the same thing. But yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do not like it at all.
Yeah, well, so from my position, right, I look at it as, how many people will be leaving the county kind of thing. And then how are we going to replace that?
Yeah.
At least for zoning side. Because like, if we have all these houses, but no people to fill them, what happens?
So that's what we were, besides the university things we were talking to. Actually, because I talk a lot. I talk to a lot of people, and I actually do know a little more about the inside stuff, which I gotta be kind of careful, because some of this stuff is still like rumors, so I gotta be very careful. But I could say what they announced.
Yeah.
But I was talking to people about that. So first of all, a lot of employees, and I think in total. I've been looking at first, it says something about 2,000. I'm like, I don't think it's 2,000 employees right here. I think it's like around 70, I think.
Right.
A lot of employees, because I think this is where the stats mixed up because there were some comments. Someone said, oh, like half of the people live in Sioux Falls. Nah, not half. There are some that live in Sioux Falls, but a lot of us live here. And also some of us, especially like my boss, they live in the Dakota Dunes or in Sioux City.
Yep.
So
yeah, or there's stuff to do.
Yeah, so they have to travel all the way to Sioux Falls. That's not fun.
No.
And a lot of us already have like established families here. So I'm like, dude, man, it's just very inconvenient.
Right. Yeah, and it's one of those. Do we move to Sioux Falls then, or do we become a commuter?
Mm-hmm.
And is Vermilion now a commuter town?
Yeah.
Or do we move out into the county? So like Irene, they're starting to see growth over on the Yankton County side, but it's only a 35-minute drive to Sioux Falls from there.
Okay.
So or from like the edge of Sioux Falls. So it's like, oh, that's not a bad commute.
Yeah.
And realistically, I mean, and it's cheaper housing than Sioux Falls.
Yeah, that's another thing they were talking about too, because there are some employees that are like, they're couples that work at the med school, but a lot of us have, like, for example, all right, I work at the med school, but my wife works in the accounting department at USD. So if they move, I'm not moving. I'd rather just drive to Sioux Falls. A lot of them, they were thinking if they want to move, but they're like, no, because Sioux Falls is expensive, really expensive.
Yeah.
And I know there's like I think there's where the rumor starts happening about maybe there's not a compensation, but I guess if you are moving, maybe they'll kind of reimburse you. So who knows if that's true?
We'll see.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. What got me more, because thankful, so as of right now, I haven't lost my job. Some have. Yeah, some have, which that sucks. Bad. Like that's
Right.
they didn't announce that. But man, I'm just a little stressed about that. But worst case, I haven't lost my job yet. But what got me worried is what's like how you're saying, what's going to happen with the community? Because I don't know if you knew, but years ago they talked, and this isn't the rumor stuff. I promise you.
The law school.
Yeah, the law school. So the law school is going to move. I don't know if this was like 8 years ago. They had plans on moving, and then now I don't know if this is the rumor part. So I got to be very careful. Something about students not passing. But I think that was something else. Yeah. But they had official plans on going, and then for some reason they stopped. It just got cut.
Yeah. From my understanding about the law school one is it got up to the state, so up to Pierre, and a legislator was like, "No,
yeah,
we're not moving the law school," because like I guess there wasn't enough like push for it, or like the med school, like you already have all your main hospitals in Sioux Falls. Like you get in a car crash, you get life flighted up to Sioux Falls. You don't get life flighted to Vermilion. You go to Sioux Falls.
Yeah,
so it's like where are all your internships at, or your I don't even know what they're called for medical students.
Yeah.
Residency. Your residencies are in Sioux Falls for like big ER doctors. So it's like, I can see the mindset of moving it up there because that's where all the hospitals are.
No,
I don't like it.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. I mean, when I talk to these people, I say, this is what I say. No, like a business, because reality, the university is a business.
Yeah.
As a business view or perspective, no, it's brilliant. Why wouldn't you want the med school in Sioux Falls, in the bigger city?
Well, and it's also, I mean, you look at it as there's activities to do in Sioux Falls. So keeping your professors around is a lot easier in Sioux Falls because, you have, putt-putt golf, what have you.
Everything
in Sioux Falls. It's like, what do you do on the weekend? You go to Sioux Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Are y'all looking for a new hairstyle? I recommend y'all guys head to 5 Star Barbershop. It's the only place in town where they specialize in men's grooming. They do haircuts, beards, eyebrows, shampoo. Check out the links in the description and tell them that I sent y'all there. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta set up an appointment too. Yeah, for students, it'll be perfect because, and that's one of the things that when they were talking about in that announcement, they said, well, 2 things. They said that, or the dean, he said that they're thinking about the students. I'm like, They are, because like I was saying, the internships or their last few years, it's either in Sioux Falls or some will go to like, it's either Yankton or Rapid City.
Yep.
I think some will go to Sioux Falls. And same thing, they got Sanford, they got everything. Everything's up there.
Yep. Orthopedic center now.
Yeah. So there you go. So why wouldn't you want it there? Then they said something about, we're also thinking about the employees. I'm like, right, because no one knew about it. When they announced it in the morning, they had 2 little things. I didn't go to the meeting morning, which that flew by me, but everyone said they were in shock. And then I attended the Zoom meeting one, and they said, to think about employees. I'm like, should have just stuck with just saying, we're thinking about students because we didn't know about it. But yeah, the law school, I think they wanted to go.
Yep.
I know some other departments are thinking about it. I think, for example, like computer science department, I think they also want to head up there because there's more business opportunity.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you want to? But the med school is I don't know how they're going to do it. A lot of us don't like it because we like it here. But it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something, it's like, even if it's up, if they keep half of them here, you know what I mean? Like half go to Sioux Falls, half stay here.
Yeah.
Like the more advanced students go up to Sioux Falls, like, so they're almost done with becoming a doctor. And then like the first year or 2, because doctors, it takes 4 years.
Yep. It's 4 years.
Yeah. So year 1 and 2, you're in Vermilion, before your clinicals, and then 3 and 4, to me, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, at least you're half here, half up there for clinicals.
Yeah. It's a strange situation because same thing they're talking about, they're going to have a new building in 10 years, but there's no like plans. It's just mostly all, I hate saying it, it's just mostly all talk. I don't know if it's politics. Makes sense. Who knows what's going to happen?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just curious what they're going to use the old med school for now then.
So they said that. So there's another building at USD, the Ackley, whatever. It's where like I think it's physics, chemistry, and other stuff. That building is I think it's too expensive to be renovated, so they're gonna move that stuff to the med school. So it's gonna be kind of like a STEM whatever type of thing. And then the building that's right, I guess attached to the med school, the new one, it's the health science. That one's still staying.
Okay.
So that's like the dentistry. I want to say the nursing is still here.
Okay.
I think, but for sure they're talking about like doctors, medical stuff, med students, and if they're moving the labs, PhD students might also have to leave.
Right.
It's just and it's super strange because they want to move the temporarily like the research labs to Stanford research. And which isn't part of USD. I don't think so. What I got.
Right.
And there's other stuff going. It's
wild times.
Yeah, it's super wild. It's crazy. What got besides the Sioux Falls stuff, because I posted this on Reddit and of course, and Facebook, a lot of the community is not happy. the Sioux Falls community, they're happy.
Ecstatic.
Exactly. They're like, why didn't this happen before? Vermillion's not, especially because this is where my theory starts coming out.
Yep.
Okay, med school leaves. And okay, let's say it's only 7. Okay, with students, let's say it's like 100 people.
Yep.
But what happens next? Are they going to start moving other stuff? Will the law school have another chance? Other departments? Athletics, and I don't know, but
I mean, what was it? Sanford or Denny Sanford just said he was building that new track stadium.
Yeah, the indoor one.
Yeah,
right?
The indoor. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably more initiative on. Oh yeah, we're still going to stay. But if another person also said, we might be like a satellite location. But before, and I talked about this years ago. I talked to people because this is how the podcast kind of started, because I was a small town and it was so strange. Like, it's just so different than like Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Brookings. And I was wondering, I was like, what if like the university moved? I mean, a lot of people were like, it wouldn't move. No, they're attached. But look what's happening. I'm just curious because what scares me, Noah, is let's say university moves. That's fine, kind of. But could the community survive without the university?
Right. Yeah. And that's something, I look at, like we just did the comprehensive plan for the county. And in that, we have Vermilion, obviously. But the future land use map, it's like, hey, what about commercial? What about industrial?
Exactly.
It's jobs outside of the university that I care about too. Because like the university is going to be the university.
Sure.
They're a state entity. They do what they want. But if we can be a more desirable county for people to move into, because South Dakota is great for businesses. It really is. I mean, you look at all the banks, they're all up in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Headquarters, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah. Biotech is growing in Sioux Falls too.
Right. So, but when Sioux Falls becomes too big and their land starts becoming too expensive, what's another good option? Or in between Sioux City and Sioux Falls. Granted, we're off the county, off the interstate a little bit. But how can we be advantageous to come to?
Yeah.
And, it's like, okay, well, we have all these new industries. Now we need houses. So you have Wakanda, Irene, and Vermilion. And they're actual towns. Burbank and McLean are considered like rural residential areas. They gave up like their townships a handful of years ago. So they don't even have a post office anymore. So they're a part of the county.
Okay.
But, you know, it's like, okay, so, well, we have rail, we have the river, and we have the interstate. So we have 3 big pieces that we can work on. Let's try and...
No, I follow you. I think we got to do something. We got to bring in something. And the university is fine, but I feel like we shouldn't just rely on it.
Right. Yeah. Because so like I went down to Kansas to go visit my brother. He was stationed at Fort Riley. Well, we went to K-State and it was like, it's just bars. It's the bars and the university. And I was like, well, these guys are a big time school. Vermillion's kind of the same way right now. Mm-hmm. It's like you have the university and then downtown you have bars.
Yeah, we need more stuff.
Yeah, I was like, we need non-drinking activities is what I think.
Yeah, especially like there's families here too.
Right. So it's like you have Spirit Mountain. You do that once and it's like, okay, yeah, that's fun. And then you don't do it again.
Yeah.
But you know, and it's where can we incentivize people to stay and spend money in the county or in the city? And that's where I'm working with the city on the joint jurisdiction section. Mm-hmm. So, hey, here's the groundwork. Let's make the groundwork in that the county side, that's still not city limits. But when you guys eventually do grow out to that side, it's ready for you.
Okay.
So it's like houses over here, some businesses over here. And it's like, okay, here you go. And now the community as a whole grows.
Yeah.
I don't vote on it. I just present it to people, or I can, put it together in a little binder and hand it to commissioners and the city council and for that region and say, hey, this is what I think we should do. I think it'd be better for the community. And then they vote yes or no on it.
Okay. So before you were doing this, you were in the military, right?
Yeah, I was in the Army. Yep.
How did that start?
So actually my buddy Gilby, I did a year of college, realized it wasn't for me. And so I was just working. I was actually in California, hanging out with my grandparents and working. And he called me, he goes, hey, Wes. I was like, what's up, Gil? He goes, you want to join the Army? I kid you not. I was like, yeah, okay, sure.
What? Did you think about it, or you're like, sure?
Yeah, sure. I wasn't going anywhere. So I was just like, okay, sure. Like I was looking at becoming a flight attendant, like the whole 9. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. And it's like my dad served, my brother served, my grandpa served, other grandpa served. Like family lineage is there. It's probably going to happen regardless. So
it's destiny.
It's destiny. I always make the joke. I'm the Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, from Forrest Gump.
Yeah, because it's like, I still have my legs. But, like at least on my mom's side, we can track back to like the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
Back to Georgia. Yeah. So, it's Revolutionary War, 1812. I think Spanish American, the Civil War, both sides.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, both sides of the Civil War. And then, World War I, World War II, Korea. Yeah, no, it's pretty nifty.
Whoa. So you guys could trace y'all's family.
Yep.
Whoa. What's the farthest like down the line that in like history?
So on my mom's side, it's the native side. That side gets a little bit fuzzy just because it's word of mouth. At least on my dad's side, Denmark is where we come from. So on the boat, it was normal guard. And then when we got to the island, they're like, AA.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So that was something fun. But yeah, it's nifty. I like history. That was originally my major.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I've been into, so I don't know what it is, but when I was younger, and it's probably because of the school stuff, history seemed kind of, well, on my part, it seemed kind of boring. But then after, like once you're at a high school, man, this stuff kind of, for me, gets interesting. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, like all this, And I don't know if it's like conspiracy stuff, but some of this stuff is actually cool. Especially, I don't know, my wife says this. She says, is it true that guys think about the Roman Empire like at least once a week? And I'm like, I don't know.
It crosses my mind every now and then. I go, well, because that's how our address signs get addressed.
Really?
Yeah. So like out in the county, there was math on it. I forgot the exact math, but it's like, so say you're on 307, right? Well, a mile down and then minus, I have the paper in my office, but and that's how many steps a Roman soldier would take.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you go the distance minus the Roman soldier steps, and it's like, that's insert address. Yeah. It's like even the Romans nowadays is still
they're influencing us
this much.
Oh, snap. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What part is there like any topics in history that catches your mind? You're like, I like this stuff. This is cool or super interesting.
Yeah. So I'm actually, being in the military, I was in the cavalry unit. So we're really big on unit history. So I was in 6.6 Cav up in upstate New York at Drum. And then, that was my first unit after training. And then after that, I went to 2.6 Cav in Hawaii. So I call them sister squadrons. They're actually getting disbanded right now. Yeah, they're getting absorbed into attack battalions.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So they're becoming like a super battalion. So like all the Apaches are going over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I worked on drones. Actually, so when I got into the Army, I got trained on V1 equipment. So version 1, which came out 89 is when it came out. And then I got to retire it in block 3. So there was like 4 versions of this aircraft. And I got trained on the first one, and then I retired the last one.
Is it how advanced, or throughout those versions?
Yeah.
Was there like, did it advance like by a lot or just a little bit?
Oh yeah. Yep. So we went from a flight time, it was like pretty much the version 1 was like floppy disk on the inside for the computer.
Yeah.
And so they're like, if something was to act up, you'd go, just flip the pad. And so you just take it out and go like this and put it back in. It would fix it. Don't ask me. Shadow.
Okay.
It just worked. And that had a camera, and it was like 720 near real time image quality. And then my last one, it was 1080p and then up to for the IR. So we could see you at night with heat, pretty much. Because the ground would be black and your silhouette would be white because you're giving off a different temperature.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And that was 1080p, but then in the camera, it was 4K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we'd be, 3,000 kilometers high. So like a mile and change.
What's it at right now? Do you know?
For
like the drones and on the cameras. Is it still at that same?
No, drone warfare has changed a lot. Because we were actually, it's really funny. The military watches other countries do stuff. And we go, all right, yeah, we like that.
Okay.
So like the quadcopters, they're $80.
Yeah.
You can print them on a 3D printer.
Really?
Throw a little bit of explosives on there, and
that's what they were using at I've seen some videos where I get all my knowledge from the internet.
Yeah.
I saw some like drone videos from Ukraine a few years ago, and there was a bunch of those like just regular drones. And I'm like, so that's what they're using now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so like my buddies, I still keep in contact with them, but the Army is transitioning away from the traditional drone that we were using. Because, just the camera was $750,000.
Yeah.
Granted, I could look at your face 2 miles away and go, yeah, that's him.
Okay.
So, right. But also it was expensive if it went down. Or if I lose a quadcopter, oh no, I'm down $80.
That's it. Yeah. Versus the other one.
Right. I'm down, an hour and a half for print time for the printer and some hardware.
What about flying the drones? Has it gotten difficult, easier?
Oh
How would you guys
no.
do it?
Yeah. So for mine, we had like a whole shelter. So it was like a Humvee with a box on the back, and it had fiber optic cables, aux cables, the whole nine. And it was a dish. It looked like a Star Wars
Yeah.
dish that would send signals back and forth to the drone. So that's how we used to fly them. Where the new ones, you have your fiber cable drones. That's what you're seeing a lot in Ukraine, because you can't jam those.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it's actually interesting because Mother Nature, so like birds, it's like fiber cables are just small enough that birds can make nest out of them.
Oh, so they would pick apart those cables sometimes?
Yeah, they'll take the cables and then make nest out of them. And it's like, okay, that's a little funny. But so you have your fiber cables and then you have your normal radar ones. But the pilots or operators don't ever call drone operators pilots. That was something I was, a hill I'll die on.
That's a friend of mine. He flies helicopters, and he's talked about the drones thing. And he also mentioned that he says, "Yeah, we're not calling them pilots."
No,
but it's similar though,
right? Because they have to do FAA still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So depending on the size, you have to get a FAA qualification. So like for mine, 18-foot wingspan. It had, was it 13 gallons of avgas? It was a aircraft.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, that makes sense. I think the problem with these new quadcopters is the hobbyists. They'll go into a space that's like restricted airspace and they don't declare anything and they just start flying around. It's like, well, don't fly it by an airport because the airplanes have to land.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a safety thing because one of those, they're about yay big. Mm-hmm. They go inside of a jet engine. It's not, the jet's not having a good day.
No, I get it now.
Yeah.
Were you ever deployed like in other countries?
Yeah. So I did 11 months total in Afghanistan. So I went from Fort Drum to Afghanistan and then, did my time there. And that was actually 1920. So I wasn't here for when COVID kicked off.
Oh.
Yeah, I was out of the country.
Whoa.
Yeah. So when I left the States, everything was normal.
Uh-huh. And then coming back,
they were like, yeah, you can't do anything. And I was like, what do you mean I can't do anything?
Wait, so when you were still over there, like when COVID started happening, you were in the military.
Yeah.
Did they ever like say, hey, there's like an attack, or hey, we don't know what's going to go on? Hey, is it a zombie stuff?
Well, yeah. So all the reports we were getting, it was just like you guys. They were going like, yeah, people are just dying. We were like, what? And for that deployment, I was actually a door gunner for Blackhawks. So we got to fly around people. But eventually we ended up becoming like COVID, like we would take people out of the country if they got COVID. So we had like a wood panel and it was like my seat, my other crew chief's seat, and then my pilot's in the front. And then there was a wood barrier between the back passengers on the bus, or the bus seats. And we'd have to put on a whiteboard and go, buckle up, because we weren't allowed to make contact with COVID because we would die.
Wow.
Because the videos we saw, it was just the people in like China and they would just drop.
Were you scared when you guys were?
Well, we were just like, we don't know what it is.
Did you guys think like bioterrorism or anything, or nah?
No, not really. We were just like, Mother Nature.
Okay.
Man, we were also like, because the peace treaty started with Afghanistan, with the Taliban when I was there. So I was actually in country when Trump flew to Afghanistan to feed food to the soldiers at Bagram. We were actually supposed to go to Bagram that day. Like we had a mission, but they closed the whole airspace and they're like, no one's coming in. We were like, what? I mean, I wasn't going to argue because I got a day off, right? Which doesn't ever happen on deployment. And so, yeah, so that was funny. And then we found out later, it was like, oh, it's because the president was in country. We were just like, what?
Stuff is getting serious, man.
Well, and then, a couple months later, it was my unit was actually the one that sent the last missile to kind of force the peace treaty. So we actually got a unit award. So, which is a muck, it's a little red ribbon. But yeah, so that was cool. But I mean, yeah.
See, yeah, man, all that stuff started happening.
No, I mean, and then before then, because it was December, I did Operation Santa Claus over there.
What's that?
So I got to help out with the mail in addition to my flight duties. And so I bought a Santa Claus suit off Amazon. Right. And so we had about like 7,000 care packages, that people just send overseas for the troops. It has beef jerky, socks, deodorant, the whole nine. And I was like, well, we're on a FOB. We have a DFAC. We're an airstrip because aviation. So aviation's a little bougie, right? I'm not a door kicker. I'll admit to that. So I was like, why don't we take like 5,000 or 6,000 of these care packages, put them in a 1,000 pack crate, and then go to these little forward operation. Like there's 20 guys there. They get their mail once a week. They eat MREs on a daily, except for one day a week, they'll have a hot meal. So I'm going to dress up as Santa Claus and go drop off all these care packages.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but we didn't tell them. So on Christmas Day of 2019, we flew, and I was this, helmet, M4, vest, Santa Claus suit. We just landed at like a little base, and I waved like this, pushed off the care packages, and we took off like Santa Claus. And I remember there was one guy at a base. He was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "Merry Christmas, bye." And he was like, "Why?" So that was fun. Yeah, in total we did 6,000 care packages.
Oh,
so yeah.
Do you ever miss it, like being in the Army?
Oh yeah. No, I miss the military a lot. I went to the country of Palau for a training exercise or a mission. They actually talked about, oh gosh, what podcast was that? But it was like we set up the Shadow, and then with HIMARS, which are rockets, we did a training exercise as like a show of force. So that was kind of cool. And then, I got to meet with Taiwan. So they came to me because I was a subject matter expert. I got out as a sergeant. But, I was like, hey, this is the details of my aircraft, the capabilities, all that fun stuff. This is how I would deploy it in your all's theater. I got to kind of talk to them about it. I was talking to their 4-star equivalent. And I have a coin now. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. But, the camaraderie is a real thing. It's hey, the right now is really crappy, but we have each other. And I think, when guys get out, or guys or gals, they go from we're next to each other 24/7 to I'm alone. Yeah. So, and it's that veteran suicide crisis, it's a lot of loneliness because they had a purpose. There was an objective, and there was and now I work at Walmart. Okay. Like, what's the purpose of my life? And so I think that's what a lot of veterans, especially people that were at a high intensity job, the infantry, the engineers, stuff like that did deploy and had, all this experience. They get done. It's like, what was the purpose now? What's the objective? Because it's always objective driven. Do you guys ever, from your view, because I've never been in the military. I just hear people talk about it, or veterans. When you guys, for example, when you arrive here, or do you ever think about, man, a lot of these people don't know what's happening over there? Or is it a completely different view, or are people on media just exaggerating, or how is it? So the military is wild, right? Because you're in your own bubble. So technology, that's something that a lot of people, they're like, oh, you're in the military, you have the most advanced technology. Yeah, I have advanced military technology. I don't use, Google Sheets. I had to relearn how to use that. You know, that was something I was like, all right, well, that's new. You know, because like we had our own stuff, you know, and it's like, you know, we had pocket grid coordinates. So it's like a rangefinder, like for golf size. Yeah. You pull it up and it give you an 8-digit grid. So it's like, this is where I want it. You know, but we don't have that kind of, I mean, we do, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, on the civilian market. So not the average person will get it. Like if you want to find it, you'll get it, but it's not, you know, technology wise, it's different. Culture wise, 100% different. Like I said, it was the camaraderie of we're in this together. We're going to complete it and then we're going to go home. So yeah, it's weird. I mean, the whole Afghan war, you know, it was weird because it was like, you know, I was a little kid when 9/11 happened, and you know, and then my cousin, he deployed to Afghanistan. That would have been 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was only a 3-hour helicopter ride from where he was. And I was like, so we're still here. 10 years later, same war. And I was just like, okay. But then, you know, we had a purpose because like the bazaar shopkeepers, you know, we had John. I don't know his actual name. His name was John, though. And every white guy was John Cena. That was his joke. He was like, John Cena, come here. You know, and I actually, lapis lazuli earrings. I got a pair of legitimate lapis lazuli earrings for my wife from him. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. But he was like, you know, like, we don't want their extreme ideas.
Yeah.
When I was talking with him, he was like, you know, they're going through and they're hurting our families. And it's like, okay, so we're here to help the people from the Taliban. And then you know, that whole shift happened. And I was like, okay, well, yeah.
No, that's I had another person on. His name is Jeffrey Church.
Yep. I know Mr. Church.
Yeah, yep. He told me something similar about that. Like, you know, they were, I think, super, super similar, that they were there to help the people, because with the people, they said the same things, that there's these other extremes that are hurting us. And then I promise people, I'm not going to go like, I'm not doing the political stuff, but when the way they handled it, I'll just say it. Almost 99% of the veterans I talked to, they were not happy. They were not pleased. They're like, no, I should handle it a little bit different. Well,
because I started the close down. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, we shut down Blackfish, Dalkey, you know, like flying personnel out, you know, like, and then the Chinooks would go pick up the Connex and then take them out. You know, and it was, you know, with all their NVGs, their M4s, you know, they would fly that out of country on a Chinook. By hooking it up on a cable and flying it out. Mm-hmm. And then, but, you know, Blackhawks, we would take the personnel. So it was definitely an experience, because it was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, we're officially downsizing our footprint in Afghanistan, because it would be like, 15-minute jump here to a different base, 20-minute jump over here for another base, 30-minute jump over here, and then an hour back. Mm-hmm. And then eventually it went close. And it was just us. And then us, Chapman, and which wasn't an official base. It was an OGA, other government agency base. It wasn't an official Army base. And then it was Bagram. That was our 3 spots. Mm. And that was it for like the whole like southeast section of Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah. So like the withdrawal was real. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, you know, when we did see that 2020 withdrawal that got fumbled, to say in lesser words, you know, it's like, I was like watching the news. I was like, I know that place.
So now since you're, well, what is it, like 2025 or in August? What do you do like now? Besides, I know the job, but like, what do you do?
No, I mean, I picked up miniature painting. You know,
you told me. Yeah.
I actually got something for you.
Oh, it's not really?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so he's yours.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So I do a lot of Warhammer. I actually picked up the hobby after deployment, all because my buddy Lash was like, "Hey, you wanna get into Warhammer?" And I was like, "What's Warhammer?"
Mhm.
And he told me a lore story, and I was like, "All right, yeah, I'm hooked." And so we went to the nerd shop. I call it a nerd shop. I call myself a nerd. So if I call someone else a nerd,
I get it.
I have zero fit. Like, it's not supposed to be mean or anything like that. It's no, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I appreciate nerdness. It's like,
No, I feel you. I do the same thing. It's the same with. So I like top thing I've mentioned it so many times. I like video games.
yep.
And it's not like I'm not those type of people who are like, oh yeah, I just play Call of Duty and Halo. Well, Halo's different. Call of Duty and Warzone and Fortnite. I like Fortnite though. Not just that. I play like other stuff. I like Metroidvania games. I like my not first person. I like my adventure stuff like Zelda.
Okay.
I like puzzle games. I'm a big fan of. I like all except realistic sports games. I don't know what it is.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like if it's for
I can't get behind FIFA. I can't get behind Madden.
no, if you give me some Mario Strikers, that's the P1. That's the soccer version of that one's fun.
You play the new Battlefield?
No, they had
they had the beta
for Battlefield 6, right?
Yeah.
How is it? Did you play it?
Okay, it's good.
You sure?
We're back.
Are you sure?
We're back.
Because they said the same thing with 20. Was it 2040?
No, so there's only 4 classes now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure we're back?
Yeah, we're back.
Because the last Battlefield.
I played both betas.
Okay. Because the last Battlefield game I played was Battlefield 4.
Okay.
And it's still going on.
Yeah, no, it's Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4 had a love child, and this is Battlefield 6.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, they even have the blue.
Okay.
Like, you know how like the HUD?
Yeah.
They had the light blue. It's back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me hyped up for it.
They're actually nerfing the movement speed.
I heard about that, like the jumping and all that.
Yeah, because they were like,
The
we're
hopping.
not COD.
Well, it makes sense because I love Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's fun. Battlefield it's fun. They're different.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think Call of Duty is more like, well, I'll explain because everyone knows Call of Duty, but Battlefield, like especially when I was playing Battlefield 4, it's just like, I don't know what it is.
Conquest.
There you go.
All day. Conquest, baby.
Yeah, it's not like just team deathmatch. And no, you're playing like just huge maps, different classes that mean something.
Yeah, well, because it's like the support, like, the old assault class in Battlefield 4, that would have the medical pack.
Yeah.
Well, now it's, you have a noob tube, you have your M4, and you're going.
So classic stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, now the support class, the LMG class, is the one with the medical.
Really?
Yeah, so you're actually support.
Okay.
So you have your defibs, your ammo pack, and your LMG.
Okay.
Go be a support class.
Yeah, because I would play a little bit of support because first of all, in Battlefield, Call of Duty, I'm okay. I don't want to say I'm good, but I know how to play.
I don't like COD.
Battlefield, man, I die a lot. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try to get with the snipe. And then I found the med class with the defibs. And then I was like, hey, I'm actually doing something. Because man, I suck. Because it's actually, like for example, in Call of Duty, you aim and you shoot and you got the person. But in Battlefield, especially if you're like in a long range.
Oh yeah, you got drop.
Yeah, it does have the drop. It's more like kind of more realistic. And especially when they have tanks and then buildings start falling.
Oh
and
yeah, the demolition is real too.
Yeah. The bit like you're in your squad.
Yeah.
Like it's you're playing, for example, was it 30? What was Battlefield 4? 32? Or did it go to 64? Was it just 32?
It was 32. They're going back to the 32 man.
Yeah, 32, and then you had your squad, like you're with them and you're doing other stuff. And it's not just team deathmatch. You got to capture the flag or it's
rush.
Okay. All right, so are you sure we're back?
Oh, we're back.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
What else do you play?
I've been playing Space Marine 2.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah, Space Marine 2. I mean, it's a Warhammer game. My love is Warhammer. I have a tattoo on my leg for it. I'm actually going to I'm hitting up my tattoo artist that did that one to do the other side of my leg. Because I plan on doing a full sleeve on my leg with it. Well, I mean, it's the hobby that, it's because it was COVID and we were in lockdown and we didn't have any way to really decompress after deployment, that was my decompression mechanism.
Yeah, I get it.
So in a sense, it's grown with me, not only as a artist style, but as a play level. I play in tournaments. I have a 2-day tournament this weekend down in Sioux City, at the Comic-Con, I think it is down there. Yeah.
They have a Comic-Con or something?
It's a nerd con. There's going to be vendors, some people there, and then I have my little Warhammer tournament.
It's a Saturday?
Mm-hmm. Saturday, Sunday.
Dang, I got to go to my kid's soccer game unless we cancel. The last
Sunday.
I know, right? They also play on Sunday too. Dang it. But the last one I went to, there was one in Fort Worth, Texas, or I guess Irving, whatever.
Yeah.
It was called Retropalooza. It was more like a video game. Well, no, they had everything too, but I would go there every year and I took my cousins there, and I guess thanks to me, they started, doing their nerd stuff. Whoops. Yeah. Well, I remember one of them his name's Angel. He got into anime. I remember that. I think this was like in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
I wasn't into anime. I liked video games, but anime, I thought, no, that's way too much. I can't be a weeb.
You can't be that nerdy.
Yeah. But he got into it. He started getting into One Piece.
Oh, yeah.
So I heard about One Piece.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, he talked about Dragon Ball. I'm like, I've seen Dragon Ball Z. I know that.
Everyone likes Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And then I started watching some stuff, and like Death Note. And
Good one.
Yeah. There was another one called Parasite.
Also a good one.
And I started watching a little bit. I didn't finish it. Attack on Titan.
Can't get behind that one. I know a lot of people like it, but
okay, maybe I wasn't the only one. I like the scenes. I like the artistic, but I didn't get like into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently watching Bleach. I grew up watching.
Oh, that's a classic. Yeah,
yeah, one of the big threes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cartoon Network.
Yep. No, because I grew up watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Those were my shows growing up. And then Naruto every now and then.
Okay.
I don't like Naruto. Too many fillers.
I tried watching because he got into Naruto, One Piece, then Naruto, and I tried watching like the original stuff, and I understand it. I just couldn't get back. I just couldn't get into it. But just recently, right now, today in the morning, I was watching because I like watching fight scenes, so I was watching a little bit of the Naruto. It was Naruto and
Pain.
No, it was. I think it was Sasuke, but I think they're already older. So it was like Naruto
Shippuden.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was watching, I was like, whoa, that scene is, I don't know what these Japanese artists are doing, but man, they hit. They go hard. And then another scene, because I watched the movie. Have you seen Dragon Ball Super Broly?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I was watching that. And then when Goku, he's already Super Saiyan, and when he goes, no, he's already Super Saiyan. I think they call it Super Saiyan God. When he's red.
Yeah, Super Saiyan God.
Super Saiyan God. Yep. And then when he goes Super Saiyan, I know it's
Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, they call it Blue, and then they call it Super Saiyan something God Super. Whatever. I'm just calling it
Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, dude, when he goes into it, like. He's turning green. And I remember the first time I watched it, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And then he turns white. And I'm like, wait, isn't he going, what do they call it?
Ultra Instinct?
Yeah, it just catches for like a second and then it goes.
Did you see the flash scene of him going green?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because, I guess the way that whole works is he gets his god powers because he's next to Beerus all the time, a deity. And so then when he was next to Broly was giving off his energy. So he absorbed it.
Oh.
And so, because Broly's the actual legendary Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So if Goku absorbs some of his legendary Super Saiyan energy, I mean, I don't know how Dragon Ball's going to go. Was it that article that came out? It was like Dragon Ball can't end because it would hurt the Japanese economy. I was like, I can actually see that. Oh, I mean, it's going on since what? 92.
Is that when? Yeah, because I was born in 95.
And it was already out before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, with like Toonami and all that. That's when it started popping up.
Getting imported, yeah.
Yeah. See, I thought I heard, because I like watching analysis on stuff. when they were saying that he was turning green because, he's Super Saiyan or red and then blue. And I think in the color spectrum, it's green. So that's why he's trying to transition it into the blue.
Yeah.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, that was a theory me and my brothers came up with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, are you a fan of Pokemon?
Yay, nay. I mean, I have the games. It was really useful on deployment because, like, on the airplane, you just pull out the DS and you just play.
Yeah.
I don't like the new Pokemons. I grew up on, I have to do a Pokemon swap for my Pokemon to get XP.
Yeah.
And now just all my Pokemon get XP regardless.
Yeah, I'm have like, that.
This is too easy.
So when they had
kids need to struggle.
They do. There was Pokemon. So Pokemon X and Y. It was for the 3DS. They had the EXP share.
Yep.
You could toggle it on and off. And then they had it on Sun and Moon. Same thing with 3DS. When the Switch came out and it was Pokemon Sword and Shield, they had it and you could not take it off. Like, you can't take it off.
Right.
What's the point? Because there's some people that you say they struggle, or there's Nuzlocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then, man, I just talked about this Pokemon thing a few episodes ago. Man, dude, you're already giving.
You know what's wild is the scalpers on Pokemon.
On the card game. Or, yeah, the card game. I don't know what's been happening.
Moonbryon, that's a, $30,000 card. I'm like, you're saying this piece of paper with a little bit of ink on it is more valuable than gold?
I was right. I knew I should have kept it. I should put everything, all my investments. I'm going to sell my house and buy Pokemon cards.
No, because every now, I used to play Magic before Warhammer. That was just the game I played when I first got to New York. They were like, hey, Wes, we're playing Magic. And I was like, I was the new private. And I was like, all right, it looks like I'm playing Magic. And that's what we did when we were waiting for the aircraft to come back down. Because it would be up for 9 hours. So we were just playing Magic. It's just like card games are wild nowadays.
Yeah.
Like the big ones, the Pokemon.
To get into it, it's expensive sometimes.
Well, so the collector, like the hits, those are the expensive ones. Buying normal Pokemon cards, 10 cents, 15 cents, whatever. Building a deck, you get a deck for like $12. Mm-hmm. Not a big deal. But it's like the chase cards is what they call them. Those are the, because I still have the I need to rip a pack habit.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, let me get a Pokemon card. And I pulled like an $85 card. And I was like, it's cool, but like, why? Why is it $85?
Supply and demand.
Yep.
Supply and demand. I should have.
Well, and that's why I like the Warhammer. Because once I have it, the value of that doesn't really decrease. Mm-hmm. I might take off, 30%, depending on if I'm trying to resell it from what Games Workshop it's selling it for. But other than that, the value kind of stays. Mm-hmm. He went to Legends. He's also a metal model. Like, he has a little heft to him if you could feel, that's pewter. Where the new ones are all plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So a lot more detail, a lot more crisp lines and everything like that, where, that was, he's probably a 28-year-old model. He was hand sculpted.
Okay. I'm keeping that right there on the shelf. Tell you, so this is something my wife she just doesn't understand. I don't know if it may be a guy thing, because I play video games, but I collect them. So back at my parents' house back home, which I need to grab it. I need to. So I have the old systems. I have NES, Super Nintendo. I have everything. I keep
Dreamcast.
I have a Dreamcast.
You have Power Stone?
No, I don't have that one.
Power Stones 2 is like $600.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's dumb. Because I was like, oh, I want a Dreamcast. Because, I had it as a kid. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that was like the family Christmas gift was a Dreamcast and Power Stone when it came out. We're like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. And then we sold it to get a PlayStation 2.
Oh, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
At the time, yeah.
See, I would never, because I think GameStop's still kind of around, but they did a lot of the trading. My cousin, he told me, he's like, hey, you should trade your games. So I remember trading in my GameCube and all my GameCube games. And then after that, I was like, man, why did I traded in my Smash Brothers Melee? I traded in all my GameCube games.
The GameCube was the GOAT.
Yeah. No, I think it's one of the best. Luckily, I got my stuff back. It just had it had those great games.
Right. Well, it had Smash. It had the Pokemon Arena.
Yeah, this Coliseum and the Pokemon XD.
Yeah, XD.
Gales, with Lugia or Shadow Lugia.
Yeah. Well, just the case is going for $80.
Really?
Not the game, just the case.
Oh, look! I kept some of this stuff.
It's I don't know. I guess collecting's weird to me.
But it's fun,
right? It's a lot of fun. I mean,
it feels like for me, like having this stuff. So for me, like I would not sell it. I don't care if it's right. You're like my wife. She said, "What if it was like
hard times?
$100,000? Well, it looks like we're gonna be eating beans and rice, man." I don't know if I'll go that extreme, but it's just like. For me, it's like these memories, and I don't know. I have them.
I get it. Yeah. Well, then you can still use it.
Yeah, that's a good thing too.
Right. So, like, at least, my little war dollies, my figures. Like I have 6 armies, right? But I also play competitively, so it works. Like I have them in my little studio office. Sierra won't let me keep them in the house. So like I have my own little designated man cave. She's like, you can have your own room, but it's not going in the house. I was like,
why does that sound like my wife? She said the same thing.
Did you ever see those Instagram reels that we're going through? It was like, I think man caves were created by women to keep their house organized. And I was like, I can see it.
Because Myra says the same thing. Because I have to eventually I'll finish it. There's a little bonus room above the garage. And when we were planning on everything, she said, that's your room. She says she doesn't want any TVs.
Yeah.
She doesn't want, I'm like, what are we going to have in the living room when the boys show up? How are we going to watch stuff? Go to the bonus room. I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I have like my video games and this and that?
Yeah.
So yeah. So my dad and some friends are like, hey, we got some ideas. I'm like, let's go. I have the ideas.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get you on that one. I'm definitely, because, I'm in the house hunting market right now. That's such a nightmare, man.
Oh, man. Well, who knows? Because of the university moving, if some people move, maybe they'll have some
housing.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
It's
just, and interest rates too. I mean,
I haven't even checked them now. What is it?
6.2.
It's still up there?
Yeah. I think they said the latest was going to come down in September. Which I really hope so, because we have no new buildings going on really in the county. Man,
see, have you ever seen that meme or post? It says, man, I should have bought a house in 2008, but no, I was in middle school or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I get for. I
should have stopped eating mac and cheese.
Yeah. I should have bought Apple stock or Google stock when I was born. My bad.
Yeah, heaven forbid I was just developing as a human.
Yeah. It's just our luck. But well, are we? So when were you born?
97.
97. You're considered a non-millennial, Gen Z?
Technically, I fall more in line with millennials, I think. Just because, I mean, South Dakota, like we're pretty. It's kind of interesting because, like South Dakota, I like to call it the Slinky effect, with like trends. So like we'll see stuff happen on the East Coast and West Coast, and like maybe down south in Texas. And so they'll start here. We're not doing it yet. And then it'll start moving through the country. And it might stop halfway through, and we might not experience it. But every now and then it will slinky the rest of the way through and then get to us.
You're right. That's the same, because it's a trend with like interior design styles. Because even my friend, I think he's he's moving down to Texas.
Yep.
And I think he has a sister that works on one of the coast. And he says that, like the grays or whatever they had. Yeah, that was a style years ago. Now it's something else and something else. Look, we didn't pick that gray style.
Yeah, the modern or millennial modern is what I think is what it's called, the gray.
That's what they
well, because they're like, oh, millennials just like gray. And it's like, yeah, well, older people like honey oak. Like, I'm sorry, but if I buy a house and it has honey oak cabinets, I'm ripping them out or painting them. I don't care.
Yeah, with our stuff, and luckily maybe this is why. So Myra is not from here; she's from Mexico, so they got a different style.
Yep.
We got some color in there, and because I told her that, I said the first thing I was like, I don't want all like white and gray. It just seems very sad,
Yeah.
depressing. I don't the word. I just don't like it.
Forest green. I think forest green is a good color.
Yeah, it needs something. It just needs something. And I understand maybe the white and gray stuff makes it look clean. You know, I have a kid on the way. I already have a 10-year-old. The house isn't gonna be clean. And I got, I want LED lights in my bonus room.
Yeah.
I don't want this nice whatever. What I don't like on my part is, if we're gonna have people over, we got to clean this and that. No, this is how we are, man.
I can see tidying up.
True.
Hey, kids left their toys all out. All right, I'll pick up a handful of toys, whatever. I don't have kids. I have cats. I got 2 cats, Max and Vulcan. And I have people over. I do a quick sweep and I pick up the cat toys. It's at the end of the day, I live here. I'm not an IKEA display furniture.
Yeah.
And it's like when I go over to people's houses and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so messy. And it's like, dude, you have like 4 kids. It's fine.
It's all cool.
Like, you don't have to be, the IKEA display. You live here.
Who are we trying to impress?
Right. And it's like, well, what about your parents? I think I'm doing rather successful. They're proud of me. Yeah, at least I think so.
Yeah, you should. Well, funny thing. So with I had me and a lot of people, we painted the outside of our house.
Yeah.
And I had to finish up on like the roof. Well, I still need to finish it. I was doing some of the roof part. My dad, he came over and he was like, "Did you do the roof, or did you do some of that painting?" And I was like, "Yeah." You like it? He was like, "What'd you do?" Because I had paint all over the roof, and I kind of hit the soffit. And he's like, "You have to tape it up." And I'm like, but I was scared. I was on the roof because my roof is kind of steep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said he was gonna. He said back home he needs to get some. He's gonna do some residing, and I said, "You want me to paint it?" He was like, "No, I don't want you to paint it." Like, whoops.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something. I mean, yeah. No, inviting people, because when I was in New York, I was on post housing. And it was, on post housing is on post housing, but I would always host the Joes, and they would come over, we'd have dinner, play a couple games, and then they would go home. We'd make leftovers for them because they lived in the barracks. But I mean, they never judged. They were like, yeah, you live here. And, when I became a sergeant and we had to do room inspections for the barracks, I was like, hey, it doesn't need to be IKEA. I get it. You live here. If you have some laundry, yeah, guess what? You're working. You need laundry.
Yeah. There's a difference between having some stuff and like hoarding. Like, have you seen the show Hoarders?
Yeah. I can't watch that show without getting mad.
Oh man, I was watching a little, today's Friday. I want to say it was Tuesday. Cause it just popped up. It was a little clip from Joe Rogan.
Yep.
And another guy, and they're talking about a hoarder show. And then I found the show, or I guess the clip of the show, Hoarders. Because they're saying, "Oh, it's the most disgusting thing." I'm like, "Well, I've seen Hoarders. How bad can it be?" Oh my! I was like, because
especially the animal hoarders.
Oh man, this lady, I don't know if she had the dead animals, but she was like, she crapped in bottles and this and that, and it was everywhere, and they showed it.
Yeah,
dude. And I was, oh man, dude.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I just don't know how he gets to that point.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a mental thing.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, it's something that needs to get treated. I'm not a doctor or anything, but something's not right when you're pooping in a bottle.
Yeah, that's why you gotta. That's why people to help. And I think one of the things, because I remember watching a little bit of the show, and when it was the point when they were like trying to throw away some stuff, and they're like, "No, we got to keep it. No, we got to keep it. We got to keep it." It's the same with us, and I won't say the same with me, because when we're doing some of the moving stuff, we were thinking about, oh, what should we keep? And I was like, oh, we should keep this. And then I was thinking, I was like, do I need that? Like there was a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
Do I need this clothes? And do I need this? I'm like, I don't need it. And then when I was trying to look at it, I threw it to donated to Goodwill or the Civic Council. And I'm like, man, there's some stuff that we just kind of, it's that materialism thing a little bit. Like same thing with my video game. It's gonna be hard for me to eventually give away.
Yeah.
But you just have this attachment.
Yeah. No, I don't really have like the attachment part. You know, I don't really struggle too much just because it was like every 3 years I was moving. So, you know, from when I first got to New York, I had 2 duffel bags to my name. And that was my personal belongings. Right. Because when I was in AIT or school, I had to share a room with a guy. And so I got half of a room. I wasn't allowed to have like TVs and stuff like that. Because, you know, I was only there for 4 months. So they're like, you're not buying TVs. We're like, okay. You know, that was the commander telling us. We're like, okay, whatever. But then, you know, now you're moving to New York. You don't get all that household goods when you're in training. So then I got there. I had the 2 duffel bags. And then I built up my room a little bit. And then, you know, eventually I got married. So we got the house and then we deployed. Well, I didn't even get a house. That was actually really funny. But you know, it's just, I can go with not having stuff now because it's, oh, you're moving. It's going to break during the move. I'll just donate it. I'll sell it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Things have changed, especially when you're now. So, you know, I'm 30 this year. Man.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah, wow. No, you know what's funny? I've talked about it a few times too. So time, for some reason, it goes fast.
I mean, it's already August, almost the end of August.
Yeah, dude, it's going by quick. And then I talked to older people, and they say, "Oh man, it gets worse. Like it'll just fly like that." Like no. So it kind of scares me. I'm not scared of getting old. I'm just scared. Like whoa, like.
Where's the time go?
Yeah, like did I waste my time?
Right. What experiences did I have in these last 8 months?
Yeah, it's just just time. I could go on about that. But see, we're already at an hour and 7 minutes, so I need to cut it.
Okay.
But, you got any last things? Anything?
Yeah. No. So I'm actually going to be hosting a Learn to Paint and Play Warhammer here at the library, for middle school and high schoolers. So if you guys have any kids that want to learn how to paint, it's a good therapy tool. You know, we got that going on. And then, you know, any vets out there that are listening, if you've never filed a claim or, you know, you tried to and it didn't work out, come visit me at my office. I'm over at the courthouse, 2nd floor, has vets on it.
I'll put the link.
Yeah. You know, it's okay to file claims. That's what I need to tell vets. Because that whole, you know, the surge, they got discouraged from filing claims because they got out and they're like, do you really need to file? It's like, yeah, I got hurt. It's okay to file, you know, and that's what I want to tell vets just because, you know, a lot of them were discouraged from doing that.
Okay.
So, but other than that, thank you for having me on. I mean, I really appreciate it. I know we didn't really talk too much about what my job was and everything like that.
We'll get you for a second. Right? It always happens. Oh, yeah. Well, and it's probably my fault. I always get off topic. Hey, but we didn't talk about the alien conspiracies.
Let's go.
But yeah, I'll cut it off. But thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.